Hello, welcome to Goal Setting. I'm Coach Nikki, and I'm excited to sit with you. I hope that you have a good cup of tea, your favorite pen. You've had an opportunity to possibly print out the goals that we're looking at here, the goal sheets, or you can take your good old-fashioned journal, and we're going to get diving in. So we're not going to go through the whole entire thing together, but I just wanted to take a couple minutes to connect and really think about, like, what is it and how can we serve you the most in these next 30 days. So every single one of us has different goals and different hopes and different dreams. And so taking the time to really think about, what do you want out of these next 30 days? And how can we really think about peeling away some of, like, the self-limiting beliefs and doubts and all of these things, and dive into a clearer vision of creating your optimal you. So on this first page, we're thinking about what that roadmap looks like and what are some of the roadblocks that are blocking us from really achieving our goals and the things that we are deserve in our lives. So what I wanted to talk to you first about is some of the totally normal self-limiting thoughts. So as we go through this together, you're going to hear lots of different trainings and styles and people and ideas. And it's very natural for our mind to limit us and stop our growth. And so when you find these thoughts coming into your mind, take a second and ask yourself, like, okay, so I love this is, training your brain for results. And when we think about things like, one, the spirit that you are is the ultimate leader of your body and your mind. And so when a thought pops up that's self-limiting, so maybe it's like, I've heard this before and it doesn't work for me. What I want you to do is, I name my mind, my brain, Nicole. So I say, hey, Nicole, can I have a better thought? And so I'll ask, yes, maybe I have heard this before many times, but am I really doing it? Am I really trying? Have I really looked at all the ways that I could actually implement this in my life? So taking a second to read through this, not just scanning it, but what are some of the limiting thoughts that we tend to say over and over, and then how can we ask better thoughts and take some of the lessons that we're learning together and create a way to open up our opportunities for ourselves. Okay, so let's dive in, shall we? Let's do this. So if you're writing on your actual goal sheet, or maybe it's better just to have like a journal or scratch paper on the side, because I'm going to go through these quite quickly, and then I'm asking you if you'll take your tea, you'll take your pen, you'll turn off, and then you'll really think about things on a deeper level. So the first thing is, list 1 to 3 goals that accomplishing it in the next like 30 days, or even in the next like year, what would make you feel like, oh, I'm so proud of myself. So when it comes to your health, nutrition, and well-being, just list 3 goals. So in my health, I will feel very accomplished if I come out of this coronavirus pandemic. I will feel very proud of myself if I stick to my weight that I'm at right now, that I stick to eating my vegetables first, and continuing to exercise every day. For my nutrition, I'm going to do the Zero app, and my well-being, I am going to meditate every day. So that's my personal goals. Go ahead and you can write yours. You can pause me at any time. You can put pause and then just come back when you're ready. Okay, so hopefully you paused and you're coming back. So what action and thoughts are sabotaging your health and well-being? So for me here, I would put things that are sabotaging me is, I'm too busy to eat healthy. I'm too busy to go out and exercise or log on to our Zoom. That's that is sabotaging, and I'm too busy to go to the grocery store, or it's not safe for me to go to the grocery store. Those are some of the self-sabotaging things. So again, pause, and when you come back, we are going to talk about your why. Okay, so this is your ultimate why. Now, for me, my why has not changed. My why has just gotten brighter and bigger with this pandemic that we are all going through. So I know I was put on this earth to serve you. I know that I was put on this earth, and I feel it more than ever right now. But some of us, some of you, maybe you're not sure what your why is, but thinking about like, what is the purpose? Or maybe even just taking a second and thinking like, why do we want to have optimal health? So my reason and why for wanting optimal health is because I want to be a good example to you. I also want to have a strong immune system. So if and when the coronavirus does come into my life or my well-being, I'm able to battle it with all of my immune system boxing gloves. So when you're thinking about why do you want optimal health and what is the reason for it now, think about, who are you doing this for? Are you doing it for you? Which is what we're going to answer on the next question. So when you pause me, answer both of these questions. So what is the reason you're wanting to optimize your health now? Me, it's my immune system, and it's to show you and my family that it's still important to stay really healthy, actually more important than ever. And who am I doing this for? I'm doing it for myself, I'm doing it for my family, and I'm doing it for you. So go ahead and hit pause and answer those two. Okay, so this next question is, how will you feel when you accomplish this goal? So if my goal is to stay healthy, not gain weight, build up my immune system and keep my energy thriving, I'm gonna feel very accomplished, proud of myself, and be able to come out this summer feeling happy and ready to regain my connection with my community. So as you pause right here, how will you feel when you accomplish this goal? I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we are still diving into our massive action plan. So this map and this roadmap for you, this is where we're going to just brainstorm, and we're going to write all kinds of things on our goal sheet. So what are the things that you think you need to achieve this? So what do you need? Do you need fresh produce? Do you need frozen veggies? Do you need to take time in the morning for yourself? All you're going to do is brain dump here as many things as you possibly can. All the things that you need to achieve this goal. So looking back up at the goal, if I were saying I want to do my intermittent fasting, I want to eat my veggies first, I would say I need to download the apps. I need to understand the technology. I want to figure out a safe way for me to grocery shop, maybe and plan for like the next 10, 14 days of groceries. Okay, so you can either pause me or we can go straight down to the next question is, what are a few food rules that you're going to abide by no matter what? So black and white food rules that you're going to abide to no matter what on the next 30 days. So maybe it's replacing alcohol with warm hot tea. Maybe it's replacing a little bit or maybe too much coffee with green tea. Maybe it's only drinking alcohol on Friday night. So write your food rules and things that you know that you can be successful for the next 30 days. So definitely pause me, because this is going to take a little bit of time for you to think about that, because it's not just like, it's not everything at once. It's just doing a few things at a time. Okay, welcome back. So we're going to pick our accountability buddies. If you have somebody who is joining the Jumpstart with you, ask them to be your accountability partner. Maybe you're sharing this Jumpstart with somebody who's in your house with you. So maybe that your family or your friends are your accountability partner. Or what I would love to see is you just go on the Facebook page of the VIP and just ask, hey, I need accountability partners. Pick 5 and then tag them in all of your posts that you're posting and meet some new friends out of this. You can write that down. You can think about it. You can pause me, or we can go into the next question. So remembering what you water will grow. So what are you going to water and what are you going to focus on for these next 30 days? If we're focused solely on the news and worried about the future and we're stressed about all of our finances, which is going to happen, right? It's going to happen. But what we need to do is we need to think about what we can focus on that's positive, that will really push us in the direction that we want to. So maybe it's finding, I hope it's connecting with us. So I hope it's connecting with me, connecting with daily meditation, starting days out positive. Maybe it's starting to listen to a positive audiobook that you've wanted to listen to. Maybe it's watering the idea of starting a new craft or something. Like me, it's like decluttering my house is going to like calm down my space and help me feel more connected, and I'm going to focus on my veggies. I'm going to focus on drinking lots of water. So go ahead and write down some of the things that you're going to stay focused on for the next 30 days, every day, not just 30 days, every day, minute by minute. Okay, so we are shifting from limiting beliefs, which we talked about above, habits and empower, and then we're going to take those limiting beliefs and turn them into empowering statements. So if we wake up every morning and we say, I'm tired, or we go straight to the news and say, I'm fearful, or we say, are we going to have enough money for groceries? So instead of these like limiting beliefs and limiting statements, I'm doing everything I can to create financial security for my family. I'm doing everything I can to get a good night's sleep so I feel energy for tomorrow. So when you're thinking of these negative limiting beliefs, which all of us do, it's totally normal, how can you state in a way that you're saying, with consistency comes change? So we're just going to dive into some of these things. And, you know, it might take you a couple days to even think about what are some of the limiting things that we say. When you wake up in the morning, do you say, I'm tired? Or do you say, you know, welcome to the day? When you hit cravings, you say, oh, this is so me. Like I do this every time. Or how can I be better when cravings hit every single day? What can I do to look at things in a little different light? So right here, you're going to go ahead and answer these 3 questions when you pause this. You're going to list some empowering statements, taking some time to think about new beliefs that will ensure your success, and some habits that you can implement every single day. Like as soon if I wake up, I will always drink water. So if I, you know, like whatever it is, when my alarm goes off, I'll lay in bed and meditate for 3 breaths. Writing some new habits. I will eat my veggies first. I'll get 8 hours of sleep. So when you go through these, think about some of the things that will empower you to feel better, happier, and more positive. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. So now we're going to dive into SMART goals. So when you're thinking about SMART goals, we want to be very specific. And for our S is we're going to be specific with our goal and we're going to share them with somebody, okay? So this goal is instead of I want to lose weight, it's how much weight do you want to lose? So if it's I want to feel happier, then how, like, at what point in our day are we feeling sad? and how can we create a better space to create happiness in that part of our day. So think about your ultimate goal. Like, why did you do this? What is your ultimate goal? Write it down. Be as specific as you possibly can. And then write down who you're going to share this with. So even if you want to pause and you want to share this on a VIP page, you want to call somebody and say, hey, I just want to share my goals with you. Will you be my accountability partner? Okay, so go ahead and pause me, or we can go ahead and head back into our next M. So M is they're going to be measurable with dates and when we're going to achieve them. So probably the next 2 weeks are going to look similar to what we have right now. So then when in these 2 weeks, be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself, and say, in these next 2 weeks, I will feel accomplished if I, whatever it is, don't gain weight. If I work out every day, if I eat my vegetables, if I reach out to people who support me in my goals, then what does this look like? And what do your goals look like in 30 days? In 6 months, when we all get to be back together, in 1 year, when our economy is better and life is doing good, how are we going to, and what does that goal look like? Okay, so you can pause me or we can head on to A. So A is our action, and this is our massive action. So what needs to be done daily to help you achieve your results? Every one of us are different. Every one of us are motivated and coming in on different levels of motivation, of levels of stress, of all of this. So we want this to be about you. So what can you do to, one, create action every day, and then two, how can we make this enjoyable? Because the only way that we're really going to stick with this is if we enjoy it. So please take a little bit of time. What are your actions every single day? If you need help, please let me know. And then how are we going to enjoy it? So how can you enjoy your vegetables? Maybe it's seasonings that you love. Maybe it's asparagus. Maybe it's roasted Brussels sprouts. Maybe it's soup. Like, how can we make the things that are going to put us into a state of this is what we're going to do every day for the rest of our life? How can you make this enjoyable? Okay, I'll see you on R in just a few minutes. Okay, welcome back. So R is realistic results. So what realistic results are you looking for? So if you have a lot of stress in your life and you just want to keep your weight the same, you don't want to gain weight, you want to de-stress, you want to feel more connected and happier, let's talk about the real results that you can look for. So what is it in 30 days that you'll be happy with? And if you can and will stick to eating your vegetables first, connecting with us every day, you can look at weight loss if that's what you need. But this is not a time to stress yourself out. It's not a time to ask for huge changes. It's what we want right now is small, doable changes that you'll be able to do every single day and be super proud of yourself without being shameful. Okay, and then the last is T. And so T is your ultimate target and how much time do you think you need to accomplish it. So if your ultimate target is weight loss, then maybe it is in a year from now, I would like to lose 20 pounds. In a year from now, I want my business to be thriving and I want to feel very connected to my family and to my significant other. So we want to look at this target and a timeline that you can accomplish it that doesn't feel stressful. So you guys, thank you so much for doing your goal setting with me. I would love it if you just take some time, turn off everything, grab your tea, and then just think about, like, how can you set goals that feel not stressful? that feel where you're encouraged, maybe enough of a stretch goal that you feel a little out of your comfort zone, because that's where we're going to have change, right? We can't be too comfortable. We don't want to be sitting on the couch and eating bonbons. We want to be able to be a little uncomfortable, eat veggies, even if we don't feel like them. Maybe cut off our evening snacking, even though that's not going to be comfortable. Being comfortable is not where change comes from, but also we don't want to snap right now. We want to make sure that we're doing things that support us. So thank you so much again, and I will see you very soon. Bye.